with the lack of intimacy in my life, that my heart's desire that it doesn't, I do indeed crave a true intimacy with someone I love or attracted to, that um, you know, sit in the living room, flip through the channels, go from the top down, go into a adult toy commercial. I don't know, that going through some weird thing again. Um, it points that intimacy is bedroom, right? So curious, okay, it's pointing me to the bedroom in my living room. The intimacy, sexual intimacy, that's part of intimacy. Okay, let me follow this little lead. Go in my bedroom, more private. Um, Therefore, I am going through the channels again to see if there's something intimate, special for me. The interaction at an intimate level is often, if you've been ostracized, set apart, that is part of it. That it's not mainly a sexual thing, but the interaction and intimacy. But I find myself in there, and I'm programmed as I'm in there looking for intimacy at some level, that in the chiefest uh, reasons is a sexual intimacy, and somehow via tech. And I'm going through the channels, I go through and I find uh, what seems to be in opposition to that which I'm programmed shortly from seeking. I turn on a channel and there's morbidly obese people, and I stop there. And now one of the paradigms in my head is that I'm in a world filled with demons. They're just all demons, manifested demons. Um, Seeing really obese people on there, and one of the paradigms is that they're just demons. They're gross, nasty. So they're in a world of a curse, in a sense that their bodies is a prison, that little actions sometimes take great effort, even just to go to the bathroom, with hundreds of hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pounds of extra weight. Now, I was programmed, I want something attractive to the eye going in there. And the Bible talks about often the person you're with, if they cry, you should cry. You should try to empathize with them. I think it's the Green Mile thing, that you're trying to care, try to feel someone else's pain, to take some of it away from them, to bear it, some of it yourself. The Jesus thing. Being in here to switch my priorities. Okay, I came in here for self-fun, selfish ambition, a little bit of self-fun, a little intimacy, and somehow in tech world, whatever. And then to switch that, okay, these people are in a prison, they're suffering. Let me switch my motivation and try to get in their world. Try to empathize with being, okay, a giant, a lot of weight, a big prison. They're in a world of, I have to count carbs, I have to not cheat, I have to, my body screams, eat, 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 it makes you feel better. Eat, 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 eat. And it seems that they're in that world that the more you eat, the more it kills you. The more weight put on you, the less energy, thus the prisoner gets more imprisoned. The curse. I'm thinking, okay, what would I do if I had dearly beloved, that were a family that was in such prison like world? How would I point out first? Well, I noticed that when you go God's way, that you go in God's boot camp. You go through, you be in His will for your life, that you, in pleasing Him, doing things selflessly, you crucify the flesh. That often that you get less hungry over time, you get more healthy. You crucify the flesh. That's me, me, me. I have to comfort me, me, me. As you get used to saying no to yourself, to self-indulgence, to selfish ambition, whatever. When you say no to you and yes to others to make their worlds better, if you possibly can, you help crucify the flesh. Now, I would point to these people that seek God, and Alcoholics Anonymous. They have a lot. They do have a fairly higher success rate than others organizations that try to get you to stop drinking. And the reason why they've been prominent is, I think the first step of their step process is that you go to a higher power. It was trying to be inclusive. Of course, they're talking about Christian God, but to be inclusive of other people, to care about other people of other faiths and religions, seek a higher power. A lot of people seek this power, get in God's will, therefore get delivered from alcoholism. The same would be true with morbidly obese. They're in a prison, they're in a certain curse, maybe generational curse or a personal curse, but to get right with God is the direction that you should seek. Instead of counting carbs, did I cheat today? Did I have that cheeseburger, that bacon cheeseburger? I'm just sitting all day and crave. Oh, I gotta fight it at my own strength. I gotta fight. Oh, I'm hungry. I'm gonna eat it. Satan constantly, you're hungry. It'll make you feel better. Eat that cheeseburger. Get a large pizza. Who knows? It'll make you feel better. When as soon as you eat it, Satan will in your body give you a happy chemical throughout your body. These morbidly obese people get when they eat, they have a like a flood of many have of a happy chemical, feeling of good. To for those 1,000 pounds or just under, whatever. More important than sitting at home counting carbs or counting how many plates a day you have of food. Instead of all that, seek God in prayer. Make Jesus Lord of your life. Work to get right with God. Instead of sitting around, trying to, in your own power, to overpower that addiction to that good chemical that's released in your body when you eat, you will be busy reading the Word of God, praying, and going His way, and let Him, His power, in our weakness, He's strong. Let His power work through you. It's close to impossible to do in our own power to defeat the obstacles and hurdles in this world without God. Being morbidly obese is a great calling card to say, you need to get right with God. Every obese clinic or every doctor that deals with obese people should mirror their program to AA. Seek a higher power. And of course, I would go further than that. I would say seek the Christian God. Seek God